Justice must be served for our boy. Shattered family call for driver who killed man, 20, in hit and run to have the decency to turn themselves in. The grieving family of a 20-year-old man who died after a hit and run in North Queensland are appealing for anyone who knows what happened to come forward. Mr Bowden, 20, was killed after being struck by a car while walking home from a fishing competition in the early hours of Saturday morning. It's alleged a car struck Mr Bowden as he was walking down Northern Avenue in the small town of Weipa. A resident of the tight-knit community heard tires screeching at about 3 a.m. on Saturday, and after going outside to investigate they found Mr Bowden on the roadside. The resident valiantly tried to resuscitate Mr Bowden, but he died at the scene, the Brisbane Times reported. Scott Bowden is a relative of Mr Bowden and his family and took to Facebook to appeal for any information. Hopefully someone will have the decency to turn themselves in. Somebody must know something. Justice must be served for our boy, he wrote in a string of posts. Another person close to Mr Bowden, Denica Russ, also took to Facebook to share her grief at the heavy loss and her hopes that whoever was responsible will be caught. Michael was a great young man and can never be repaid for all the joy he brought into our lives. If we can give him one last gift, we would love for it to be justice, she wrote. Our world has been turned upside down and we are absolutely shattered. I'd like to say thank you to those who have reached out to us during this difficult period. Queensland Police released a statement shortly after Mr Bowden's death. Detectives are hoping somebody in the Weipa Township has information that could assist the investigation and help get closure for Mr Bowden's family. Police would particularly like to speak with anyone who traveled along Northern Avenue between midnight and 3 a.m. Saturday. Anyone who may have been driving in the Weipa Township around that time and who has a dashcam is also urged to come forward. Members of the community are being reminded to be on the lookout for any vehicles which may have been freshly damaged. The Forensic Crash Unit, Scenes of Crime officers and detectives are continuing to investigate,